Shortly, more exciting action from the World Indoor Athletics Championships in Budapest. And can Simon Baker do what Kerry Saxby did last night? We'll find out after the break. Simon Baker and Andrew Jachno are a bit like the odd couple. To many, their relationship is peculiar. Best of friends, training partners, often travelling companions, always fierce rivals. Andrew's wife is fellow racewalker Lorraine Jachno. Simon is single. This week in Budapest, I spent the afternoon having a chat over a cup of coffee, getting to know the pair. The young ones, have they come to you for advice at any stage?
Oh, we've been talking to everyone.
I don't think they need to come to us. We offer it freely. Whether it's appreciated or not, I don't know, but I think it is. I think
just simple things like I was talking to Bev just before we left, and I thought, okay, hang on, what have you got everything you need? You know, what about washing powder? And he said, oh, give that all to the hotel. They'll do the washing. And it's sort of like, oh yeah, if you do that, you'll end up with a bill for 40 or 50 bucks to get your undies and socks done. But you know, if you come prepared with a bit of clothesline, and some pegs and a bit of washing powder, you just do it in the bathtub and hang it out. That's essential information.
Yeah, it is too.
So you sort of just pass it on.
It's learning to cope with discomforts of being away from home.
A strange environment.
Yeah. I think we've helped with them that way. I mean, we learnt 5 years ago or so.
The hard way.
And hopefully we're passing it on to them.
We are seen, even amongst track and field, we're seen as a Cinderella sport, because we're a bit different. We're like the breaststroke in swimming. We've got a couple of rules we have to follow all the time. And I guess there's always that idea, oh, well, they actually cheat. It's not really a sport because you can cheat in it. But I think that the attitude's changing, where Andrew and myself are really creating an idea that, hey, these guys train, they don't actually just get out there and walk, We're actually pretty fit individuals.
Yeah, I think the main problem with race walking is the fact it's called walking.
Yeah.
And people's idea of walking is, well, I walk, everybody walks.
What's the big deal?
What's the big deal? Why do these guys get trips overseas just because they want to do a 20-kilometre walk? But they don't realise that our walking speeds are very, very close to people's running speeds, and they're getting closer. So I think the closer we get, perhaps more we travel with teams, they're starting to see that our training levels and intensities are at least the same, if not above and beyond what perhaps some of the runners are doing.
Do you two guys, when you go for a walk down the main street of Budapest, do you forget about training? Do you forget about technique and everything and just walk like I walk?
Yeah, actually that's one of the questions, one of the comments that's been thrown at me so often. I've been introduced as a race walker, and then sort of a day or two later, the person that I've been with has said, gee, you walk normally when you just walk down the street. Yeah. And they've got some preconceived idea that we're going to be doing some incredible
15k an hour as we go walking to the shops.
Some silly walk. No, walking to us or race walking to us is sport, and it's separate from the way we do anything else.
Yeah.
And the best of luck to the two Australians. They wish one another well before this 5,000 metres walk. They're about to go out on a journey together, a great adventure against the world's best, Andrew Jachno and Simon Baker. And let's hope they can come home with a great result. Away in the final of the men's 5,000 metres walk. And the two Soviets are the favourites here, Mikhail Shchennikov and Frants Kostyukevich. The Australians, Simon Baker and Andrew Jachno. Simon's best performance indoors is 17:43. His best on the track is 19:30. So 19:43, Baker's best indoors, and he got into a bit of trouble there. And Andrew Jachno's best indoors is 19:58. The world record is at 18:15, and that's Shchennikov's from the Soviet Union. And Roman Mrázek of Czechoslovakia is the early leader. Number 163. He was fourth in the World Championships in 1987. He leads Sándor Urbanik of Hungary, who was the European bronze medalist in 1988. And then the favourite, Shchennikov. Andrew Jachno of Australia is two from the back, and Simon Baker is 3 positions in front of him. Let's leave the walk and go to the men's high jump. Back to the walk. and Sándor Urbanik of Hungary leading. The two Czechoslovakians in second and third placings, Mrázek and Blažek, then Shchennikov of the Soviet Union. The Benedictis of Italy is in fifth position, just being passed by Kostyukevich of the Soviet Union, and Simon Baker doing very well from Australia. Baker at the back of that pack chasing the Hungarian, and Andrew Jachno is in ninth position.
Until you get into a race, like, you know, we've heard about races under 19 minutes, 18 and a half, and until you see it, until you're in there and racing with them, it's hard to believe how quick you can walk. And it's just been a privilege and a great learning experience for us to get in there with them.
18 laps to go in the walk, 5,000 metres. In second placing, Mrázek of Czechoslovakia, Blažek in third place, Shchennikov fourth. Then Kostyukevich, then the Benedictis, and then Simon Baker. A long gap then, and Andrew Jachno is chasing in ninth position.
Patrick Sjöberg of Sweden, former world indoor record holder, former world outdoor record holder, currently lying third in the competition, this most extraordinarily exciting competition. This is his second attempt. He was reasonably close on his first, but he needs a good clearance here to keep him in the hunt with Javier Sotomayor. Here he comes now. The big strides. A lot of lift? No.
Will Shchennikov be able to pass Mrázek in this final lap? It has been a great contest, the walk. Mrázek now trying to hold Shchennikov, and Kostyukevich will have to be content with the bronze medal. But here now is the move from Shchennikov. The world record holder and world champion has gone past Mrázek. That world record is not correct, 18:27. In fact, it's 18:15. It won't be a world record, but Shchennikov is away from the Soviet Union, and he will defend his title in style. It's Shchennikov going home for the gold medal. He wins. Mrázek of Czechoslovakia is second, and third will be Kostyukevich of the Soviet Union. There's Urbanik of Hungary in fourth placing, but it's Mikhail Shchennikov who goes home with the gold medal.
And here's Simon Baker finishing. Baker's best time indoors is 19:43. So this has been a really excellent performance by Simon. He should be proud of himself, and Andrew Jachno as well. A great performance by the two Australians. They've absolutely walked themselves out. Baker taking a chance early and going with the lead group, and Jachno very consistent. Jachno absolutely exhausted, and his great mate Simon Baker goes across to help him. The two Aussies haven't won the medals here today, but gee, they've won some friends in the stadium with a great and courageous performance. And so after the 5,000 metres walk, the gold medal goes to Mikhail Shchennikov of the Soviet Union, 18:27.10, a championship record. Roman Mrázek of Czechoslovakia second for the silver, 18:28.90. And Frants Kostyukevich of the Soviet Union third, and the bronze medal, 18:34.07.
Simon, you seem to blow up a little bit.
That's a bit of an understatement, yeah. The 3K, I came through the 3K, and I was shocked myself at the time I'd done, and I think that partly upset my concentration, because I haven't walked that fast myself. I mean, 11 and a half is the best I've done. I was 15 seconds quicker, and that had a physical effect. I just couldn't maintain that pace. I hit the wall. It took me a K to sort of settle back down and get back to pace.
I'm a little more conservative just by nature, and I knew that 11:30, any quicker than that, and I would have done exactly what Simon did and absolutely hit the wall. And so I knew if I had to have any chance towards the end of the race, I had to go out flat out, but not over flat out. And so I was happy with my first three, and the way I came home, yeah, it wasn't too bad.